My name is Greg Hawk. I'm up here today at close to Pine Springs, Arizona, which is about 45 miles north of Payson, Arizona. And what I want to tell you about is a stagecoach robbery at Pine Springs Stagecoach Station back in 1879. At that time, the stagecoach ran between Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is territorial capital, and Prescott. The stagecoach company ran from 1876 to 1882, only 6 years, and it was called the Prescott Santa Fe Stage Line, or the Star Mail and Transportation Company. In 1879, there was a stage coming from Santa Fe to Prescott, and on board was supposedly a secret shipment of $225,000 worth of newly minted gold coins. They got to the stage station here at Pine Springs, and a group of 4 robbers, led by Henry Seymour, robbed the stagecoach at the stage station. They killed the one driver and a passenger. The head of the stagecoach, Mo Stacy was his name, he escaped. I think they run him into the stage station. He escaped out the back door. Anyway, they didn't worry about him because they knew it was a day's ride over to Prescott and back, trying to get the sheriff or a posse. What they didn't know, when Mose was going down the road, he accidentally ran into the sheriff and posse out looking for somebody else. So they quickly turned and went to the Pine Springs Stagecoach Station and surrounded it, where a gun battle started. So they battled all night, and the next morning the sheriff led up the back of the stagecoach station to drive the 4 outlaws out, and he had his riflemen staged at the front entrance. So when they come out, he shot them all 4 dead. And after the fire burned out, they searched the stage station and never to find the $225,000 in gold. Well, the old man that told me that story down in Prescott, John, who I mentioned in my book, said that he kind of followed it, and he researched it, and the sheriff and the posse, none of them ever lived outside their means over the years. He didn't think that any of them ever found the gold treasure or the gold coins. So where was it buried if it wasn't at the stage station? Maybe it was at a camp close by they had watching the stage station. But we're going to take you back there today, but you have to realize that was 140 years ago. So now things look a lot different. Trees have grown up everywhere. You got forest around. So where did the robbers actually camp out at? Did they bury it close by or what? We're coming up Highway 87 from Payson, which is about 36 miles off to the turnoff here on Highway 3, which goes towards Flagstaff, okay? And we're going to show you a few little campgrounds along the way as we come up here. Highway 3 here, it's 14 miles till we get to the turnoff, Pine Springs, and it's just about a mile before we get to the Happy Jack Ranger Station, okay? As we turn off Highway 3, we're going to turn onto a dirt road, okay? So it'll say Pine Springs 5 miles and Bargain Park about 4 miles, okay? So we'll follow it back. We're going to follow it all around till we get to Pine Springs, which is right here. Okay, we're up at Pine Springs now. I'm going to show you a few things I found up here. I found a lot of rifle cartridges, newer models, 223s, and such up here, 22, a lot of new cartridges, but I also found a lot of old cartridges up here. One, I've got a 44 caliber, it says on 44 WCF on the bottom, and it's a WRA company, which means Winchester Repeating Arms. Here's a 45 Colt cartridge. Here's the one that's pretty rare, made back in the 1860s and 1870s. It's a 50 caliber center fire with the primers inside. So that's a very old cartridge there. This probably shows that was part of the gun battle up here. I found a 30 caliber, it says WCF on the bottom. This also is part of the WRA, which is the Winchester Repeating Arms. And I've got a 30 caliber Remington UMC, USA cartridge, that I found up here. And I found most of those cartridges out here around this other tree over here, between here and here. And about 20 years ago, I was up here the first time. I found a piece of a potbelly stove out here, which I think that the actual stage station was probably over in this area, because to my right over here is where the stage station came in down this road over here and exited out this way over toward Bargman Park. So this is the area where it probably took place, right in here. All right. This tree right here is where I found a lot of the cartridges, right around this area here. Probably we're close to where the gun battle takes. If you look behind me out here, probably where the spring was. Now they've also picked the water up over here, made a little barrel pit for water to gather in for the cattle, and they did that several places on down the way. So this is probably where they had the horses and had grazing for them up here between stage stops. If you're up here, camped out in a beautiful area up here, it's pretty quiet, and you're about 7,500 feet. It's cool at night. You know, when you're up here, have a great time, have a look around, and good luck.